Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Lean Publishing Tip of the Day live stream, where I'm going to be just taking you on a brief tour of the Leanpub platform. And this is meant for authors, not for readers. Leanpub is a platform that can be used to self-publish and sell books, and of course, that means it can also be used to discover and read books, which is its main function. There's sort of like tutorials and sort of walkthroughs for authors, and there's tutorials and walkthroughs for readers. This one is for authors, and of course, if you're a Leanpub reader, you could become a Leanpub author anytime you want to by creating your own book. If you're watching this video, you're probably watching the recording, so I suggest you skip ahead to the 2-minute mark. While we're doing the live stream, we use the first 2 minutes for housekeeping and to give people a chance to join the stream if they happen to catch us when we're recording it. These tips of the day all have accompanying blog posts that you can find on our blog at leanpub.com/blog. If you can't find the blog post that you're looking for, please click the magnifying glass and search for the keywords. You'll find it there. These articles are useful for having, tips and links and stuff like that to help center articles. The video will actually be appearing on this page when it's published on YouTube, on our YouTube channel at Leanpub. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like learning about self-publishing and book marketing if you're an author, and also if you want to discover new books and authors yourself from all around the world. Leanpub has a big author community. On our YouTube channel, we publish videos. We publish book launch videos and course launch videos. We publish new release videos. We publish the odd explainer, but the main thing is our launch videos and our podcast videos. So sign up there or subscribe there. As every sort of podcaster or whatever will tell you, sort of every subscribe helps. So please do that if you're a Leanpub author, and you'll get access to all these great videos. And with that said, we're approaching the 2-minute mark that I ask everyone to skip to. So here we go. So 3, 2, 1, 0. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 2-minute mark of today's Lean Publishing Tip of the Day video, a brief tour of Leanpub for authors. Here we are on the blog page, or the blog post for this video. It'll be updated with the actual video after it's published on YouTube. So if you're a Leanpub author, if you want to become a Leanpub author, Leanpub is a self-publishing platform. We think it's the best one in the world. You can use it to write and publish books and courses. The really cool thing about Leanpub is that we have various writing modes. So there's different ways of writing your book. The easiest one, in the sense, is the upload writing mode. If you've already written a book and you've got your PDF and or your EPUB file, you can just upload it to Leanpub, and you can take advantage of our bookstore and all of our amazing features like coupons and book marketing and stuff like that. But if you're actually writing a book, that's where on Leanpub, that's where the real magic happens, because you can write the book on Leanpub. You can write your book is basically connected to the store, which is the very cool thing. So you can write a chapter, click publish, and then that chapter that you've written on Leanpub is actually available for sale on the Leanpub platform. We encourage people to publish serially, essentially. It's a little bit more complicated than that. We call it lean publishing. It's our philosophy. But basically, what you can do is you can publish it. You can click the publish button on your book after you've written just one chapter, and your book is for sale on the Leanpub website. You can then promote it to people. And then you can add chapters as you write them, publish a new version whenever you complete a new chapter. Everyone who's bought your book in the past gets the updates for free. And as soon as you click the publish button, that new version is what's available to people who buy it. It means you can build your audience as you're writing your book. It also means that it's actually very easy to update your book if you find a typo or something like that. I think a lot of self-published authors are kind of slightly traumatized by the use of other platforms, where it's kind of like, oh, you feel like there's going to be some big process you have to go through, some timing delay, etc. Leanpub doesn't have that. If someone tells you there's a typo, or you click the publish button and you immediately find a typo, you can just change it on Leanpub, change it in your manuscript, click the publish button, and that changes live to everyone. So there's this magical connection on Leanpub, and kind of immediate connection between your book manuscript and what's for sale, and what people can buy and what people can read from their Leanpub library. So all that being said, there is this kind of inherent complication in Leanpub that is both for authors and for readers. And so there's different ways of navigating Leanpub that we've worked on trying to improve over time. And so in this video, I'm just going to show you briefly, just give you a kind of casual introduction to it. Often one of the inspirations for this was, recently we had someone say, like, I created a book and I couldn't find it, which is actually a pretty common thing. We do have walkthrough tutorials for all of the writing modes. And these are in our Author Help Center. They should be easy to find when you search. If you search for Leanpub Author Help Center, if you search the Help Center for a tutorial for your writing mode, you should find step-by-step things that should show you everything you need to know. But of course, most people are just going to dive in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the kind of dive in kind of process right now. So let me share this tab. So imagine it's not exactly diving in because I've already got a Leanpub account set up. This is very easy to do. You can do it when you create a book if you don't already have a Leanpub account. There's a verification step that I didn't want to go through in this tutorial because this is showing you how Leanpub works. But basically, to create a book on Leanpub, become a Leanpub author is as easy as clicking on your avatar on the top right and then going down to create a book. Let's just call this, demo live stream book. We'll give it the date, 26/06/09. I don't mind putting the date on here, even though this is kind of like, this video will probably be live for quite a long time and applicable because we don't make too many kind of design changes to the core kind of flow. I don't mind putting the date on there because we do actually update these videos. We do sort of these tips of the day pretty frequently, and we'll do a new one of these tours probably in response to feedback and stuff like that not too long in the future. So I just click the button to create a book. There's a default writing mode, which is writing in plain text in your browser currently. And so you immediately are taken. This is the cool thing. There's two cool things that happen. Well, three. You created a book. You immediately are taken to your book manuscript where you can write in it. This is your book manuscript. We put some default content in there. If you look at the progress bar at the top, we're actually creating a preview of your book in PDF and EPUB formats from this exact manuscript that you're looking at here. A preview is a version of your book that you can look at that no one else can see. You can download it and this sort of check your changes and stuff like that. So the main thing is you're here in the right tab, what we call the right tab. And yeah, you can click here to see your book files. Click on that folder to see your book files. You can see that there are two book files, one called Getting Started, one called Writing in Markua. This tutorial isn't meant to be, or this video isn't meant to show you how to use all of these awesome features and write a book. It's just meant to kind of show you where they are and how to get to them. That's the main thing, so you don't get lost and you know where to discover things. So when you create a book using the default plain text editor, you go right to your book manuscript in the browser, and you can change it here. Hello world. If I created a new preview of my book, this is exactly where it would now show hello world because that change has been saved. And so let me just check where the next thing. So create a book. Okay. So I'm going to show you more in a bit, but the main thing is so you've created a book, maybe you've done some changes, etc. Now let's say you've gone somewhere else and you want to get back to your book. So here we are back on the homepage at leanpub.com. How do I get to the book that I just created? You click on your avatar on the top right and you click on author in the big old menu. Like I said, there's Leanpub is for both people who read books and for people who write books, and a combination of the two, of course, if you do both. And so there's an author section to Leanpub, to the Leanpub platform. So just click on your avatar on the top right and click on author. And that will take you to the author section. You can see that in the top left here. There's a bunch of other sort of sections of the Leanpub website that you can find there. But the main one that we're looking at right now is author. So you've gone away, you've created a book, you've gone away, you've come back. What do? Click on your avatar on the top right, click on author, then click on books. And then you can see here that there's all of the books that you've created are going to be here. Books can be in various states, published, unpublished, and stealthed. We had someone who was a little bit understandably confused about the difference between these states, unpublished and stealthed. Stealth is if you want people to, if they go to the landing page for your book, they don't see anything. That's stealthed, as though your book doesn't exist. Unpublished is different. Unpublished is very public. In fact, one of the coolest things about Leanpub is, I said there were three things that happen, and one of them is that you get an unpublished book page as soon as you create a book. So the first two were you go right to the manuscript page where you can write if you're in the default writing mode. The second cool thing was that we create a preview right away automatically so you can see what Leanpub books look like. But the third thing is you actually get a landing page for your unpublished book. And with that, it shows the book title, when you add kind of a book cover image and kind of about the book and stuff like that, people can see that too. But very crucially, for free, right away, instantly, you get a form where people can enter their email address and say, notify me when this book is published. That is a very cool thing. Automatically getting a sign up form for free. You don't have to do any setup. You don't have to know anything about like web pages or stuff like that. You just automatically get this sign up form. That's really amazing. So when you create a book, it's in this unpublished state. So if you want to find all your unpublished books, mine are going to look funny because I've got 1,000 kind of books in here. But yours will be, if this is your first book, it'll be right at the top left. You go to your unpublished, and if you can't see the URL here, but it's author-/book/unpublished. So you'll find your book there. When you click on the book, you'll go to the home page for the book. This is sort of like, just shows you a lot of interesting pages. The main page, once you get used to Leanpub, the main page that you're going to be using is the overview page for your book. I suggest that you bookmark this in your web browser somewhere, and copy the URL and keep it if you use notes copiously or for saving sort of things that you want to find again later. You can do that. The overview page basically shows you everything. This is all, again, like this is all, you get most of this for free. You can see all the things that you can do. You can see your manuscript Persians page, InDesign export, print ready PDF. If your book is ready to go to other platforms, then you want to get it into print using a print on demand service, stuff like that. So that's how you find a book. And this is the book as I promised in the blog post, this is the book management features. If you want to add the about the book, so the next thing you're going to want to do right away is add the about the book information, where you explain all that kind of stuff, which you do right there from the overview page. If you want to preview and publish your book, you go to versions here, and you'll see the page where you automatically go to the page where you can preview. Click the button at the bottom to preview. You can go to the publish page, just clicking from that menu at the top where you can publish your book, which is really, really easy to do. If you want to find your book, so I mentioned that your book has a free landing page. If you go on your overview page right here in the top left, like prominent section, you go to write, obviously, or I say obviously, hopefully it's obvious, to write your book and go to your manuscript if you're in the plain text editor, and you can click view landing page. This takes you to that landing page I promised you about. Here's the form. People can read about your book. They can learn about you, and then they can say what they'd like to. They can sign up to be notified when you actually do publish the book. Again, you can, at this point, you can go back. You could also go, do this sort of like menu thing: author, books, publish it, author, books, unpublished books. Find it in the menu there. So this is how you would get back to this page. Let me see. Then, the next thing I promised to show you is pricing. So of course you've set up your book. The next, you know how to write it. You know where to write it. If it's in this writing mode, you know how to find a landing page. You know how to find the overview. If you've gone away completely from Leanpub, you know how to get back to all these pages. The pricing page is where you set the prices for your book. Leanpub has minimum and suggested prices. That's something we call variable pricing. If you want to track your book sales, I'm just trying to get this done quickly here. You can go, hopefully the YouTube video will have timestamps. This is where you track your book sales page. It's in the store section of your book. So if you go to the overview page for your book, there's a store section. You can click on sales there. You can see all the sales, and you can click between last 30 days, last 3 months, and lifetime of sales. And lastly, let me just show you the royalties section for your book. So click on that escape hatch at the top right, click on author. Obviously, there's lots of things that are going to be important for you to find in as an author. And eventually one of those is going to be royalties, what you've earned. This is my dummy account, so there's not too much in here, and there's a crazy minimum amount. You can set the minimum amount that you want to be paid. The royalties section of your book is where you can see what you're owed, when you're going to be paid, stuff like that. And let me show you as a last thing. Let me see if I can do this quickly. If you go to help.leanpub.com, you'll find our author help center. You can also, there's a link to this in the Leanpub footer. And so this is where you can find tons of articles and stuff like that. So let me just stop sharing there. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching this video. If there's anything else you'd like me to cover in another video, you can find us easily, hello@leanpub.com. We're on social media, etc. And yeah, so thank you very much, everyone, for watching this video today.